Hey everyone, it's the Nitty Professor here to address yet another topic relating to our love of knitting and crafting and crochet. It's the topic of project bags, which I consider to have a certain magic to them. Have you ever thought of them that way? I mean, there's just so much potential and possibility. So that's what we're going to dig into a little bit today. I've got a panting dog. He's been out chasing down his spunky pup frisbee. So if you hear a little panting in the background, that's Ari. So yeah, I think there are a lot of reasons to enjoy our project bags from the standpoint of a little magic. And I like to incorporate magic into my novels from time to time. You guys know that already. So it's just like a topic that speaks to me. For one thing, so a project bag, let's just take this one. That's so cute. They're like collectibles in and of themselves. I got this at the Fiber Fair in Fargo. The one I didn't go to, right? I got this a couple years ago at that same Fiber Fair. I remember my daughter was with me. So there's even a little magic in the memory of this cute little project bag that I purchased that somebody made, right? And I love the fact that a human being actually sewed this. You know, I'm not even sure what's in here because I have a lot of whips. We all know this. And I do finish them. We know I finish them too, so I don't feel too bad. But it's like a little bag of possibility, right? And, you know, this bag with the project inside, with the chaotic yarn, the loose ends, whatever, you know, half-finished rows or whatever, it kind of looks like a complete item like this. You know, it's packaged pretty in a way that makes it almost feel like it's meant to be the way it is, you know? It's like unfinished humans, you know? We're never done. We're never a completed work. So it's kind of a nice symbolism, but then you can look inside and you can say, well, what's there? You know, like there's something magic in here. It's got potential. It's got like, it's already exhibiting a creative energy and, you know, manual dexterity and all this stuff. Well, look at that. It's a sock, of course, but it's waiting to continue to grow, to continue to progress, but it's also beautiful in its own right. Look at that. I mean, I can pull my sock out and I can like, well, I made a lot of progress on this. This is great. I'm just going to keep going. Makes me feel good. And I can admire it for what it is right now, knowing that I will keep working on it because I've gotten this far. So, you know, but this sock it's a lot of fun. I haven't worked on it in a few weeks. Been working on other socks, and that's okay because when I put this back in its bag, it's got a home and it's happy, and it makes me happy because I can look forward to whenever I do work on it, which, you know, might be tonight. I've got a meeting. I have to knit on something during my meeting. Another way that's kind of fun to look on a project bag is a place that sort of preserves a kind of a moment in time. Maybe, well, here's a big one, right? The project bag, the contents in this bag, I mean, there are a lot of different moments in time here. In the first place, I bought it when I went to Trondheim. I think it was that 2.5 years ago? It's hard to believe it was so long ago. And I remember that trip so vividly because I keep including Trondheim in my novels. So I keep reflecting back to how the experience influenced what I write and how I imagined Trondheim when I was there. This is from the art museum. I remember when I bought it, you know, so it's like a little time capsule just from the associations of buying this project bag. And then I can think about the project inside. So this is housing my log cabin blanket. And when I pull out my log cabin blanket that I've been working on for a number of years, folks, I mean, probably like 5 years. It's pretty big. It's grown a lot. I'm looking forward to working on it again. In fact, I dug out some yarn that I bought to work on this, but you know, that's already a lot of associations. I mean, I could practically, like each of these rectangles that I knit, I can almost think back to the time when I knit that specific color, that specific, you know, the center versus the outer edges. I don't want to unfurl this too much. I'm liable to lose some stitches, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of beautiful colors on there. And I can remember buying the yarn, you know, again, it's kind of like a time capsule. It's really kind of cool. Thinking about how I got a hold of the yarn and the adventures I went through, like to pick out the different colors and to decide which color is going to come next. And the book I read that inspired it's Mason-Dixon Knitting. It's one of their first books. They have a whole section on log cabin knitting, and I learned how to, you know, cast on stitches from pre-existing knitting. Just so many associations. And so this bag that carries this project, it's kind of magic, because I have the bag that reminds me of my trip to Trondheim, and that reminds me of my writing, my novels, and then I have the blanket inside that reminds me of, you know, a lot of different memories of how I've been working on it over the years, and every time I sit down with it, it makes me happy to work on it. I can look forward to working on it some more. So yeah, it can remind me of like a special outings or, you know, associations with the people that I met. And you know, I haven't opened this bag in months, and it's like waiting there for me to take it in again and just to return to the pleasant memories. It's like it holds them for me, you know. Again, it's like a little time capsule. It's really cool. Another thing that's really cool to think about with a project bag is how, you know, you could sort of have some, you know, like a chaotic basis, you know, like a foundation and something, but it's all possibility. Now, here's a beautiful project bag, which actually is probably like a makeup bag, but do I wear makeup? I don't think so, but isn't that pretty? And I remember getting this at Dillard's. I got several of them from this artist. I made a scarf and I kept it in this bag. And here's the yarn. You guys remember this yarn. This yarn also has a lot of memories attached to it. I made several videos where I was like, I could put googly eyes on it. What am I going to make with it? Started to make a lace scarf. Well, guess what? I gave the scarf to my daughter, and it made her really happy. And I told her, I'm like, I'm just going to take the rest of this yarn, and I'm going to make me a twin scarf of the same yarn. I've got the needle in here. It's like a whole bag of possibility to renew my connection with my daughter, and it just makes me happy to think about it. You know, this bag, it just holds a precious opportunity. It's really cool to think about, and of course it's beautiful, because it should be, because the whole project is beautiful. The fact that I could convert that chaotic skein of yarn into something beautiful is awesome, and then I could give it to my daughter, who was like really, you know, excited to get that beautiful scarf that I made, and now I can look forward to making another one that will connect me to her even further. Have you ever thought of the idea that a project bag could be like a portal? I think it's a really cool idea. So it's like a connection between where the project is now and a portal to where it's going, like its future. You know, it's like you open, and this is a terrible bag. Let me see what this, and I just wrote on it, flamingo needlepoint. So again, I don't only knit, but lately I've been mainly knitting. I really need to return to my needlepoint, y'all. But this is a portal, so here is my flamingo canvas, and heck, I think I bought this in Hungary. Not positive, but I'm pretty sure, and that's like a vague memory I have to resurrect. That's the progress that I made. It's really pretty. The colors are just awesome. I mean, what's that like? I don't know, a sixth of it? I mean, I did a pretty good chunk. I need to go back, but again, the project bag holds this potential, this portal from the past of, I've had this for several years, folks. I've probably, I don't know, 8 or 10 years. And at some point, it's going to be hanging on my wall. Project bag is a portal to its future. It's a really cool way of thinking about it. It's kind of a magic object. I have everything I need in here, all the yarn, needles, scissors, all that good stuff. Of course, it's wool. I remember getting this yarn. I mean, there was this wholesale, it's kind of a sad story really, but we used to have this LYS, it's named Klein's, and of course, Hobby Lobby came in, and then Klein's was like, oh, we give up. So we don't have Klein's anymore. But I remember going there and shopping there, and I bought this yarn there on sale when they were closing down. Just so many connections, it's really cool. You can also think about, you know, I have, let's just say 20. Let's just say 20. That's already enough. But one way of looking at it is, you know, that in all these project bags, it's like multiple futures exist. Each of these project bags holds something that is going to reach its culmination at a different point in time. That's kind of a fun way to look at it. Each contains a different possible, likely, probable finished object, right? And represents like a future accomplishment waiting to happen. Shall we check in on another one? I've got several here that are socks. Yes. I worked on this recently. Yep, it's a sock. And guess what? It has a heel. So yay me. I got the heel, and eventually it's going to be a really gorgeous pair of socks in a gorgeous bag. Another thing that's nice about this bag that's like kind of magic is that it kind of suspends time for me, just because this is untouched doesn't mean that it's like an emergency or something like that. It's just waiting patiently. This, it's like my needlepoint. This can hibernate in this gorgeous tiger bag for months. Probably already has. Let's be honest, but it's cool, It's like suspending in time. It's like an embryo floating, and at some point it's going to start developing again, and it's going to be beautiful because this project bag is magic. And another thing that these project bags do, which is kind of nice, they hide stuff. They hide our procrastination, they hide our chaos, they hide our indecision, they hide our addiction to casting on new projects, because they package up the ones that are waiting in the wings so prettily that we look and we say, it's cool. You're sitting there. That's good. I can procrastinate. I'll survive. I haven't stitched on this one in months. I'm like, what's in here? I don't even know. Well, it's a sock that it hasn't even reached the point of a heel. I mean, this has been a whip for a couple of years, folks. But it's okay. It's okay. It's just suspended in time. I can procrastinate because eventually I will finish it because I got as far as I have. And I love the yarn. I remember where I bought it. I bought it in Montana at that store in Bozeman. Sticks. That's where I bought it. Fairy Dust. That's the name of this yarn from Western Sky Knits. It's beautiful. And now that I've kind of, opened this portal, maybe I'll knit on this sock tonight at the meeting. It's kind of a good idea. These bags, they each hold like a little world of possibility, a little world of, the yarn is already a creation, right? The yarn already is something that somebody made, that somebody invested their skill, their creativity, their love in. It's almost like a spell. And the magic spell that is being cast by that beautiful yarn that someone dyed. You doing okay, Ari? He just kind of went flump. That is being held in this bag. It's like holding magic inside it. And the magic lies in the transformation of strands of yarn, or a ball of yarn in this case, into a thing of beauty that not only will it be beautiful, but I will be able to wear this thing of beauty. I just adore this yarn. I remember turning this heel. It hasn't been too long since I did this baby pink and baby blue in this magic bag. This spell that was created by a talented yarn dyer waiting for me to take its magic and transform it into an object of beauty. And, some of these bags, especially like this, when you think about it, the blanket, like when I unfurled it, it's a lot bigger than the bag itself. It's kind of like pulling out a parachute, and when the blanket is done, it's going to protect me, it's going to keep me warm. And what's also cool to think about is this little bag contains hours of past work, and it contains hours and hours of future work. Just because the blanket doesn't exist yet, doesn't mean that it's not gonna, right? And that, when you think about like what this is holding, it reminds me faintly of my back in the day when I printed off my dissertations, like 350 pages or whatever, and I printed off in this box. So I was like, whoa, that's like, years of work in this box. And that's true of this bag too. This bag it's holding, yarn and needles, but it's also holding my labor, holding my agency, holding my effort, holding my hopes to have this gorgeous blanket that I can't wait to use, even though it might be a couple years yet, but that's okay. I also get to enjoy all the memories of, how far I got. And it's really cool how you can just have a wonderful bag like this one. This one doesn't even have a project in it yet. But at some point, it's going to, and it's going to make it seem like when I put that skein of yarn in there, that I can just start on it whenever I want. Almost seems effortless. That when the project is ready to start or ready to resume, the bag is just going to hold it for me, kind of like a womb. It's kind of like a womb, right? And especially if I equip it, like a lot of times in these bags, I'll equip it like this one, for example. I try to have in every bag everything I need. Like if it's a sweater, I have the needles for the ribbing and I have the needles for the body. If it's maybe it's got a sleeves, and then I have the DPNs for the ribbing and the DPNs for the body. It's all in one bag, and I'll almost always try to include a measurer in every bag too, so I can make sure nothing's missing, right? I can check on my progress, and it's all right here. It's like a kit, right? It's like a kit. So I think, in the end, maybe the most magical thing of all about your project bag is it makes an unfinished object, a whip, an unfinished thing feel legitimate. It's like it gives it legitimacy. It's not just lying around chaotically with the cat lying on it and destroying it. It's here, it's packaged in a beautiful peacock colored bow, ready for me to realize this creative potential, and step by step, and it's just safely tucked away. It's protected. It's safe. It's just waiting. It's just waiting. It's kind of magic. It's perfectly fine. My beautiful bag houses my beautiful unfinished knit. So I would love to know what your feeling is about project bags. Do you collect them like I do? I mean, a lot of times it's like, well, I don't need yarn, but I can pick up a project bag at the store. It's so fun. The bags are really part of the magic of knitting, and that's kind of what I wanted to dig into a little bit today. So feel free to share your magic project bag story. Would love to hear it, and I hope y'all have a great work week, knitting week, play week, whatever. We'll talk soon. Ciao.